Have you ever imagined a land where the world's highest mountains meet the vast desert, where ancient civilizations blend with modern life? That is Pakistan, the brilliant rough gem of South Asia. Strategically located, Pakistan borders India, Afghanistan, Iran and China, and is a crossroads of culture, religion and transcontinental trade. With over 240 million people, the country has a young, multi-ethnic and multilingual population. Urdu is the national language, while English is widely used in education and administration. But what makes Pakistan truly special is its unique combination of majestic natural landscapes, long-standing cultural heritage, and deep hospitality. If you are impressed, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, and now join me on a journey to discover the magical beauty of Pakistan. Starting our journey to explore the majestic beauty of Pakistan, we will come to one of the most spectacular and unyielding lands on the planet, the convergence of the sky-touching peaks, the Karakoram and Himalayas. This is not only a natural border between Pakistan and Central Asia, but also one of the most dreamed destinations for mountaineers and photographers around the world. The most prominent in this region is K2, the second highest mountain in the world at 8,611 meters. Although shorter than Everest, K2 is known as the Merciless Mountain, not because of its height, but because of its harshness. With its vertical walls, sudden snowstorms and extreme climatic conditions, K2 is the dream, and also the fear of any mountaineer. Conquering this peak is not only a physical achievement, but also a testament to extraordinary spirit and courage. Not only K2, this place also owns the most beautiful and majestic trekking routes in the world, such as Concordia, the magical convergence of four large glaciers in the middle of a rocky valley, and Baltoro Glacier, a nearly 60 kilometers long ice strip flowing silently between towering cliffs, like an eternal glacier outside of time. The landscape here makes people feel like they are entering another planet, where rocks, ice and clouds blend together in a quiet and wild atmosphere. This is a paradise for those who aspire to overcome their limits, from amateur trekkers to photographers, veteran climbers and dreamers who are fascinated by the absolute beauty of nature. Next, we will come to one of the most picturesque lands in Pakistan, Hunza Valley, known as the Forgotten Paradise, in the heart of the majestic Karakoram mountain range. This is not only a famous destination with breathtaking scenery, but also a symbol of peace, longevity, and unique culture. Hunza is located at an altitude of more than 2,000 meters, surrounded by snow-capped peaks, sparkling glaciers, and lush green vegetation. In spring, peach, plum, and apricot flowers bloom together, covering the valley in pure pink and white, creating a romantic scene like in a fairy tale. The residents here, the Hunza people, are famous for their long life and healthy lifestyle. They are friendly, hospitable, always welcoming visitors with sincere smiles, and a cup of aromatic apricot tea, a characteristic of indigenous culture, bringing a feeling of closeness and warmth. In addition to its natural beauty, Hunza also preserves its long-standing cultural heritage through ancient villages such as Altat and Baltat. The ancient stone fortresses, winding stone roads, and unique architecture take visitors back in time, feeling the depth of local history and culture. Hunza is truly a precious gem in the middle of wild nature, where breathtaking beauty and deep tradition blend, a destination worth exploring and experiencing at least once in a lifetime. Saying goodbye to the poetic Hunza, we continue our journey to Skardu, the tourist center of the Gilgit-Baltistan Mountains, known as the gateway to the wild world of northern Pakistan. Skardu is not only an ideal stopover for those who love to explore, but also a place where majestic natural beauty and unique culture converge. One of the outstanding destinations in Skardu is Shangri-La Lake, considered as heaven on earth. With its calm, emerald green water and bright red wooden houses by the lake, the scenery here appears like a vivid picture in the middle of the mountains. Not far away is Sapra Lake, peacefully located among the towering mountains, a precious source of fresh water, and also a destination that attracts many tourists thanks to its peaceful beauty and fresh air. Skardu is also the gateway to the most famous trekking routes in the Karakoram Range, taking visitors to cross glaciers, climb high mountains, and explore the majestic beauty of pristine nature. This is a paradise for those who love adventure and conquer challenges. Besides, Skardu is also a place to preserve the culture of the Baltistan people, a community with a strong mountain identity. Traditional architecture with ancient stone fortresses, typical temples, and long-standing customs have created a cultural space that is both strange and attractive. Skardu, with all that, is an indispensable stop on the journey to explore Pakistan. Continuing the journey from the mountains to the plains, we stop at Lahore, the cultural and historical soul of Pakistan, where the great imprints of the Mughal Empire are preserved, and the country's top center of art and cuisine. Lahore is not only a big city, but also a symbol of national pride, where the past and present blend together in every street and every ancient building. One of the iconic buildings that cannot be missed is the Lahore Fort and Shalimar Gardens, two UNESCO-recognized heritage sites. The fort, with its majestic architecture, solid walls, and magnificent halls, is a living testament to the golden age of the Mughals. Nearby, Shalimar Gardens is like a miniature paradise, with lakes, fountains, and trees meticulously planned in the style of traditional Persian gardens. Lahore is also home to the Badshahi Mosque, one of the largest and most beautiful mosques in the world, with its soaring domes, vast courtyards, and intricate carvings that will leave you in awe. It's impossible to talk about Lahore without mentioning its famous street food. Dishes like rich nahari, sweet halwa puri, or spicy kebabs have made the city famous. Every corner is a fascinating culinary journey. With its vibrant art scene, unique traditional festivals, and warm hospitality, Lahore is the living heart of Pakistan, where you can not only see history, but also feel it. Leaving ancient Lahore, we head south to explore Karachi, the largest and most vibrant city in Pakistan, as well as the economic, commercial, and strategic seaport center of the country. With more than 20 million people, Karachi is not only the economic heart, but also a symbol of diversity, dynamism, and constant innovation. Karachi owns a beautiful coastline stretching along the Arabian Sea, where there are ideal relaxing destinations such as Clifton Beach, famous for its brilliant sunset, or Hawke's Bay, a pristine beach where sea turtles come to breed. The fine sand, clear blue water, and bustling coastal life create a vivid and vibrant picture. Besides the sea, Karachi is also a city of culture and history. The National Museum of Pakistan preserves thousands of precious artifacts, recounting the journey of formation and development of the nation through each dynasty. Sadr Old Town, with its colonial architecture, traditional markets, and the daily rhythms of life, is a great place to feel the real pulse of Karachi. Karachi is also unique in its harmonious blend of modernity and tradition. Skyscrapers and large shopping malls stand side by side with ancient markets, temples, churches, and mosques. The city is also home to Pakistan's most ethnically diverse population, from Sindhis, Punjabis, Balokis to Urdus and Pashtun, all living, working, and creating a vibrant and diverse social scene unlike any other. Karachi is the epitome of modern Pakistan, strong, full of potential, and always moving forward. After the hustle and bustle of Karachi, let's stop in Islamabad, the peaceful and modern capital of Pakistan, which offers a completely different view from the usual image of South Asian urban areas. This is not only the administrative center of the country, but also considered one of the best planned and most livable cities in the region. Islamabad stands out with its architecture designed in harmony between modernity and nature. One of the symbols that cannot be missed is the Faisal Mosque, the largest mosque in Pakistan, and also one of the most impressive Islamic buildings in the world. With a unique design inspired by Bedouin tents, this building is like a white gem against the green background of the mountains and forests. Nearby, Daman Eco, a famous sightseeing spot located on the slopes of Margalla Hill, allows you to admire the whole view of Islamabad from above, a peaceful, green, and poetic scene. Unlike other crowded cities, Islamabad is well planned with wide streets, many parks, open spaces, and quiet residential areas. The tree-lined streets, fresh air, and gentle pace of life make it an ideal choice for a quality urban life. Islamabad is also a symbol of the combination of modernity and Pakistani cultural identity. Although it is the administrative center, the city still retains its elegant, orderly, and close-to-nature nature. This is a place where you can both enjoy the beauty of architecture and find peace of mind amidst the hustle and bustle of modern life. Leaving behind the hustle and bustle of modern life, we will turn back the wheel of time to explore a glorious chapter in human history, the ruins of the Indus civilization at Mohenjo-daro and Harappa. These are two of the most prominent ancient urban centers that ever existed on the Asian continent, with an age of more than 4,500 years, comparable to ancient Egypt and Mesopotamia. Mohenjo-daro, meaning mound of corpses, and Harappa were once prosperous cities, a testament to the remarkable development of the Indus civilization, one of the first urban civilizations of mankind. Although buried in the sands of history for millennia, what remains amazes the world, from the intelligent underground sewer system, standardized baked bricks, to the grid-based architecture, all show the incredible level of technology and social organization from prehistoric times. There are no giant pyramids or lavish temples, but the Indus legacy demonstrates endurance, sophistication, and practicality, reflecting a highly organized, peaceful, and advanced society. Exploring Mohenjo-daro and Harappa is not just an archaeological journey, but also a dialogue between the present and the past, where every brick, every road tells a story about people and the beginnings of civilization. If you are passionate about history and want to know more about the roots of humanity, this is an indispensable stop on your journey to explore Pakistan. Going beyond the familiar landmarks, the journey to explore Pakistan takes us to Swat Valley, known as the Switzerland of the East, thanks to its breathtaking natural beauty and cool climate all year round. Located in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province, Swat is a green gem hidden in the mountains of northwest Pakistan, a convergence of vast pine forests, white waterfalls, shimmering glaciers, and grasslands with colorful seasonal flowers. Swat is not only charming with its majestic landscape, but also a land with a strong cultural and historical imprint. This was once the brilliant center of the Gandhara Buddhist civilization, where many Buddha statues carved into cliffs, ancient monastic relics, and ancient citadel ruins of great archaeological value are preserved, taking visitors back in time more than 2,000 years ago. After years of conflict, Swat has risen and revived strongly. Today, it is a safe and attractive destination for international tourists. The indigenous Pashtun people here are known for their hospitality, sincerity, and rich traditional culture, from folk dances to aromatic specialties. Swat Valley is a perfect combination of pure nature and cultural depth, giving visitors a sense of peace and inspiration to explore. This is the place where every step opens a new and magical chapter in the journey of experiencing Pakistan. It's time to explore another equally alluring side of Pakistan, its rich, colorful, and flavorful cuisine. If the scenery of Pakistan has made your heart flutter, then the cuisine here will surely captivate your taste buds. Pakistani cuisine is a unique fusion of Indian, Persian, and Central Asian cultures, creating dishes with depth of flavor, layers of spices, and elaborate preparations. Among them, biryani is a famous rice dish cooked with saffron, meat and spices, fragrant, fatty, and the soul of the party. Karahi, a curry dish cooked in an iron pan with goat or chicken, is rich and hot, very popular with the people. The indispensable chapli kebab, deep-fried minced meat marinated with rich flavors, served with naan bread and cool lemonade. Tea, chai, also plays a very important role in Pakistani culture. A cup of aromatic milk tea is the start of every conversation, from family discussions to welcoming guests. Dining in Pakistan is often associated with reunions where families and friends gather to share not only food but also affection. In particular, each region has its own characteristics, from the spicy stews of Punjab to the famous grilled dishes in Peshawar or the delicate dishes in Karachi. It is this diversity that makes Pakistani cuisine a vibrant symphony of tastes, waiting for you to enjoy on every trip. Exploring Pakistan would not be complete without visiting its colorful and meaningful festivals and traditional culture, which are the living soul of this country. Pakistan is home to many unique festivals, reflecting the close connection between the spiritual and religious life of the people. The Basant Festival in Lahore, with thousands of colorful kites flying in the sky every spring, is not only a symbol of hope, but also an occasion for everyone to join in the common joy. Major holidays such as Eid al-Fitr and Eid al-Adha bring a warm atmosphere of reunion, demonstrating the tradition of sharing and kindness in the community. The Kailash Mountains are famous for their ancient ethnic minorities, where there are unique festivals with colorful costumes and special traditional rituals, making anyone who comes here fascinated by its very distinct cultural beauty. Not to mention performing arts such as Qawwali, spiritual music full of emotions, and traditional dances that preserve long-standing cultural values, contributing to enriching the spiritual life of Pakistanis. The diversity and richness of festivals and traditional culture are the bricks that build the image of Pakistan more brilliant, attractive, and worth exploring than ever. Exploring Pakistan further, we cannot help but mention Mughal architecture and heritage, a historical mark with brilliant beauty and timeless sophistication. The Mughal period left behind many magnificent architectural works, blending the influences of Hinduism, Persia, and Islam, creating a unique feature that cannot be found anywhere else. A typical example is the Wazir Khan Mosque in Lahore, with its exquisite murals, intricate patterns, and vibrant colors, making it not only a place of worship but also an artistic masterpiece that attracts tourists from all over. In addition, Rhoda's fort stands out with its solid military architecture, both majestic and demonstrating the ingenuity in construction techniques of the Mughal dynasty. This fort is a testament to the power and strength of that time, and is also an attractive destination for those who love history. These structures are not only of historical value, but also artistic symbols that harmoniously combine elaborate decoration and durable structure, contributing to the rich cultural identity of Pakistan. The Mughal heritage is truly a precious gem in the cultural treasure of this country, not to be missed when exploring the beauty of the country. Nestled on the southwestern edge of Pakistan, Balochistan is a wild and mysterious land where pristine nature meets ancient traditions that have not been washed away by time. With a diverse terrain ranging from arid Rocky Mountains, deserts stretching to the blue Makran coast, this place offers a landscape that is both harsh and beautiful, attracting those who love the primitive beauty of the earth. Hingle Caves, a natural masterpiece with strangely shaped rock veins, or the vast Karen Desert full of wind and sand, are both testaments to the spectacular geological diversity of this land. A sacred destination that cannot be missed is the Hinglaj Mata Temple, an important pilgrimage site for Hindus but also revered by local Muslims, reflecting a rare cultural exchange and inspiring religious tolerance. Besides nature, Balochistan's unique features also come from its traditional tribal life. The Baloch people are known for their vibrant hand-embroidered clothing, independent nomadic culture, and desert hospitality. Their age-old customs, storytelling, music, and dance have kept the soul of this land alive for generations. Balochistan is not just a destination, but a vibrant cultural experience for those who yearn for something different and authentic. To conclude this amazing journey, let's take a look back at the panorama of Pakistan, a country rich in identity, but still a rough gem that has not been fully explored by the world. From the majestic Karakoram Mountains, the dreamy Hunza Valley to the ancient heritage of the Indus civilization, from the vibrant cities of Lahore, Karachi to the pristine lands of Balochistan, each place contributes to the rare diversity of nature, culture and people. Pakistan is not just a destination, but a sincere invitation. Come and see the real Pakistan. Come and feel a real, colorful and surprising Pakistan. If you find this journey interesting, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a comment about the place you want to explore next. See you on the next trips. Welcome to the journey to discover Mauritius, the sparkling diamond of the Indian Ocean. Close your eyes and imagine, you are standing on a powdery white sand beach, the turquoise waves gently lapping at your feet, carrying the whispers of Arabian sailors from 1,000 years ago. In the distance, ancient volcanoes rise amidst lush tropical forests, and somewhere, the scent of frangipani flowers blends with the echoes of Creole singing. Mauritius is not just an island, it is paradise. As the great writer Mark Twain once wrote, Mauritius comes first, then comes paradise. Paradise is just a copy of Mauritius. A small island nation, just over 2,000 square kilometers, although small, contains a whole universe. Endless blue sea, magical seven-colored soil, colorful culture, and people with hearts as warm as the tropical sunshine. Do you hear the call of Mauritius? It is an invitation to embark on a journey that awakens all the senses. Today, we'll explore every corner of this paradise, from the sparkling beaches and storytelling mountains to the vibrant Sega dance and aromatic curry. Are you ready? Take a deep breath, hold my hand, and dive into Mauritius, where dreams come true. Let's start with the nature of Mauritius, a masterpiece carved by nature from volcanic eruptions millions of years ago. Suspended in the Indian Ocean, 900 kilometers east of Madagascar, Mauritius is a gem surrounded by more than 145 kilometers of white sand beaches and coral reefs that sparkle like pearls. Have you ever seen seawater so clear that you can see every pebble at the bottom? At Flick and Flack Beach, the blue sea is like a mirror reflecting the sky, where you can swim with adorable dolphins. Imagine yourself surfing on the waves, the cool water embracing your body, and listening to the dolphins calling each other under the bright yellow sunlight. Do you want to jump into the sea, feeling free like a dolphin? At True Aux Beaches, the coral reef is like an underwater garden, where clownfish peek out from behind the coral, and bright red starfish lie quietly on the sand. Do you dare to dive down and explore that mysterious world? But Mauritius is not just about the sea. Come to the land of seven colors in Chamarel village, a wonder that makes the whole world admire. The red, green, purple, yellow, brown, blue, and orange sand dunes lie side by side, like a natural color palette. The miracle is that, despite heavy rain or storms, these colors never blend, keeping their beauty for thousands of years thanks to the special volcanic soil. Imagine standing in the middle of this land, the sunset dyeing the sand dunes golden, and you feel the breath of the earth. Do you want to touch the sand, feel that magic? Nearby, Chamarel waterfall falls from a height of 100 meters, like a white silk strip in the green forest, creating a picturesque scene. Can you hear the sound of flowing water, like a song of nature? And don't miss Black River Gorges National Park, Mauritius' largest rainforest, where you can trek through lush green canopies, listen to rare birds and see small waterfalls. This is home to the pink pigeon, a near-extinct bird, and flying foxes, an icon of Mauritius' ecosystem. Want to hike the trails, feel the leaves brush your shoulders, and smell the forest floor after a rain? If you're feeling adventurous, climb Piton de la Rivière Noire, Mauritius' highest mountain at 828 meters. From the summit, you'll see the entire island in miniature, endless blue sea, dense forests, and rolling hills. And if you're lucky, you might even catch a glimpse of the underwater waterfall in the southwest of the island, a magical illusion where the ocean currents and sand create the illusion of a waterfall cascading into the ocean. Can you feel the heartbeat of heaven beating, calling you to explore? Mauritius also has smaller islands like Isle aux Surfs, a beach paradise with white sand beaches and turquoise lagoons. You can kayak through the small canals, watch seagulls hover overhead, or play golf on the world-famous golf course. At Le Morne Brabant, a UNESCO heritage site, the majestic mountain stands tall by the beach, telling the story of the slaves who once sought freedom on the mountaintop. Would you like to stand at the foot of Le Morne and listen to the wind tell stories of the past? Mauritius is a place where nature is not only beautiful but also soulful, waiting for you to explore. Mauritius is more than just nature, it's a living history, where civilizations have crossed paths for thousands of years. Did you know that the island was discovered by Arab sailors around 975, who named it Dina Robi? They left behind maps drawn on their skin, recording the image of a green island in the middle of a vast ocean. In the 16th century, the Portuguese visited, bringing with them stories of new lands. But it was the Dutch in 1598 who named the island Mauritius in honor of Governor Mauritius van Nassau. They brought sugarcane, transformed the forests into lush plantations, and inadvertently caused the dodo bird Mauritius' innocent symbol to gradually disappear. The French arrived in 1715, establishing a port and elegant colonial houses. They named the island Isle de France, and Port Louis became a bustling commercial center. But during the British period, 1810 to 1968, Mauritius saw great change. Slavery was abolished in 1835, and thousands of workers from India and China arrived, bringing with them their culture, religion, and cuisine. Imagine yourself standing at Apravasi Ghat, a UNESCO heritage site in Port Louis, where the first migrant workers set foot. The old stones here still seem to echo with the footsteps and dreams of a new life. Would you like to touch those walls, feel the history come alive? In 1968, Mauritius gained independence, becoming a democratic republic with a multi-party system, where the president and prime minister jointly lead the country. Fort Adelaide in Port Louis, built in 1838, is where you can stand on Petite Montagne, overlooking the bustling port and cobblestone streets that tell the story of a resilient Mauritius. The dodo, though extinct, lives on in Mauritian culture as a reminder of the preciousness of nature. Would you like to step into the Natural History Museum in Port Louis, see a model of the dodo, and hear stories of the past? Mauritius history is an open book, each page a piece of diversity and resilience, waiting for you to explore. Let me take you to Mauritius culture, a vibrant symphony of peoples, languages, and traditions. Mauritius is home to over 70% of the population of Indian descent, mixed with Creole, Chinese, and European communities, creating a unique mosaic. Have you ever heard of Sega? It is the soul of Mauritius. With its pounding Ravan drums, sensual undulating dances, and lyrics about life, love, and freedom, Sega is how Mauritians share their joy. Imagine yourself on Grand Bay Beach, moonlight shining, barefoot on the warm sand, dancing to Sega with the locals. Would you like to try swaying to the beat of the drums, feeling the pulse of the island? The languages of Mauritius are a symphony. Official English, charming French, and Mauritian Creole, a soft, wave-like language that blends French, African, and Indian languages, are spoken. Imagine sitting in a cafe in Port Louis, listening to locals chatting in Creole, with greetings of Zordi Zordi. Good day. Want to learn a few Creole words to get a sense of the Mauritian intimacy? The ethnic diversity is reflected in the vibrant Hindu temples of Triolet, the historic Catholic churches of Rose Hill, and the Chinese Buddhist temples of Port Louis. Each community offers a slice of culture, from Indian embroidery to traditional Creole dances. Mauritians are renowned for their hospitality. You will be greeted with a big smile, a fresh coconut, and stories about family, the sea, and festivals. Mauritian culture is more than just traditions, it is the way people make every day a celebration of life. Can you feel the beating heart of Mauritius, inviting you to be part of this big family? Now, let's head to Port Louis, the vibrant heart of Mauritius. Are you ready to immerse yourself in the city's cultural kaleidoscope? Imagine yourself strolling through the central market, where stalls are filled with spices, silks, and handicrafts. The spicy aroma of curries, the cries of vendors, and the vibrant colors of saris will take you to another world. Would you like to pick up a ripe mango, smell its sweetness, and try an alauda, a pink milk drink with basil seeds, to cool you down on a sunny day? Fort Adelaide, perched on Petite Montagne, is the place to see all of Port Louis, from the bustling harbour to the Champ de Mars racecourse, one of the oldest in the world. Imagine standing among the crowds on race day, listening to the pounding of horses and the cheers of spectators. Want to experience that thrill? The Cotton Waterfront is a shopping paradise, with duty-free shops selling jewelry, perfumes, and exquisite ship models. Here, you can visit the Blue Penny Museum, see the world's rarest stamp, and hear the story of colonial Mauritius. At night, Port Louis comes alive. Cotton's waterfront eateries serve grilled Creole lobster with fresh lemonade, while Sega music plays from the bars. Want to sit by the water, sip a pineapple cocktail, and watch the light sparkle on the water? Port Louis is more than just a city, it is the heartbeat of Mauritius, where past and present blend, inviting you to get in the flow. Mauritius is not just to see, it is to live, to feel. Imagine yourself in Flick and Flack, jumping into the sea and swimming with the cute dolphins, feeling the cool water and the echoing laughter. Would you like to pet a dolphin, listen to their happy cries? Or try the underwater scooter at True AUX Beaches, driving a small car 3 meters deep, watching the colorful coral reefs and schools of colorful fish. It feels like you are flying in another world. Do you dare to try it? If you're feeling adventurous, take a catamaran cruise to Isle AUX Surfs, a small island with white sand beaches and turquoise lagoons. Jump into the lagoon, sunbathe on the deck, or enjoy a seafood barbecue right on the beach. At Casilla Park, you can walk with lions, spot over 140 species of birds, or zipline through the rainforest, feeling the wind in your hair and your heart pounding. Screaming with excitement. If you're into history, visit Maison Eureka, a 19th century colonial house where you can step into the quaint living room, smell the old wood, and hear stories about the island's first French settlers. Love nature? Sir Siwasagar Ramgoolam Botanical Garden is where giant baobabs and Victoria water lilies tell the story of Mauritius. Imagine standing in front of a water lily as big as a table, feeling the magic of nature. Would you like to learn how to cook Mauritian curry in a culinary class, mixing spices, chopping vegetables, and tasting your own food? Mauritius is where you live every moment, from your toes touching the waves to your heart beating to the beat of Sega. Mauritius is a land of festivals, where joy and color are in abundance. Imagine yourself at the Holy Festival, throwing colorful powders in the air, laughing with strangers, and feeling the freedom in every drop of color that falls on your hair. The reds, yellows, and greens paint a vivid picture, and laughter echoes everywhere. Do you want to immerse yourself in Holi, forgetting all your worries? Or join the Maha Shivaratri, when thousands of pilgrims come to the Ganga Taleo Lake, carrying flower-decorated kunwars to pray at the Shiva temple. Imagine yourself standing by the lake, listening to the ringing of bells, smelling the scent of incense, and feeling the sacredness that surrounds you. Do you want to step into that scene? Diwali, the festival of lights, turns Mauritius into a sparkling sky of thousands of oil lamps. People share sweets and exchange wishes as a prayer for peace and prosperity. In Grand Bay, the summer beach festivals are a feast of music, grilled seafood, and fireworks. You can stand on the sand, listen to the sound of the waves blending with live music, and watch the fireworks explode in the sky. Want to dance under the fireworks, feeling the pulse of Mauritius? Kavadi, a festival of the Tamil community, is where people carry wooden frames decorated with flowers and walk barefoot through hot coals to show their respect. Every festival in Mauritius is a heartbeat, an invitation to be a part of this vibrant culture. Let me take you to Mauritius street food, where every dish is a story, a kiss of flavor. On the corner of Port Louis, you will see dal puri stalls, with thin flatbread stuffed with golden lentils and spicy curry, wrapped in paper and eaten on the street. The smell of curry, roasted beans, and a slight spiciness will make you want to take a bite. Can you smell that aroma? At Flack Market, try gatto piment, deep-fried, lightly spicy lentil balls, a favorite snack of the locals. Just one and you will understand why Mauritians can't live without them. If you love seafood, head to Grand Bay and try the crispy soft shell crabs, served with a rich, spicy, sweet tomato regale sauce. Imagine sitting by the beach, listening to the waves, and biting into the crispy shell, feeling the soft crab meat melt in your mouth. At Rose Hill, Bol Renverse is a unique, upside-down dish, a golden fried egg, a rich stir-fried chicken with vegetables, and fragrant white rice, turned upside down like a surprise gift. Want to open the bowl of rice and discover the flavors inside. And don't forget du pain frire, crispy fried dough balls served with Creole sauce, a street food you'll find in every market corner. Wash it all down with a cool glass of Alauda, with milk, basil seeds, and a hint of sweet vanilla, like a gentle hug from Mauritius. Want to stand in the middle of the market, listen to the vendors' cries, and taste dishes that will make you forget your way home. Mauritian street food is more than just food, it's fun. It's how people share their love for life. Mauritius is not just a place to explore, it's a place to protect, to love. Imagine taking a conservation tour to Île aux Aigrettes, a small island where scientists are reviving native ecosystems. You can plant a native tree, learn about the dodo, and do your part to protect Mauritius's nature. Think about planting a tree in the ground, knowing it will grow and shelter future birds. Want to be a part of that story? In the Black River Gorges, local guides will lead you through trails, telling you about the efforts to protect the pink pigeon and the rainforest. You can hear the rustling leaves, smell the forest floor, and feel the life that abounds. Organic farms in the Fernie Valley invite you to join workshops on making mango jam, pressing coconut oil, or growing organic vegetables. Imagine standing in a mango orchard, smelling the sweet ripe fruit, and listening to farmers talk about how they care for the land like their ancestors. Would you like to make your own jam and take it home as a souvenir? In fishing villages like Mahaborg, you can stay in traditional wooden houses, eat fresh seafood caught by fishermen, and learn how to weave fishing nets by hand. Imagine sitting next to a fisherman, listening to him talk about his trips out to sea, while the waves gently lap at the shore. These experiences are not only fun, but also help preserve Mauritian culture and nature. Would you like to be part of this meaningful journey, where every step you take contributes to keeping paradise green? Dear friends, Mauritius is more than just a destination, it is a dream, a story of nature, culture, and people. From the sparkling beaches of Flick en Flac, the seven-colored land of Chamarel, To the Sega dance and the taste of dal puri, Mauritius is a place where you will not only see, but live, feel, and love. You will hear the whisper of the waves, watch the sunset in Port Louis, savor Creole curry under the moonlight, and join in the vibrant festivals. You will touch the white sand, smell the frangipani, and hear the echoing Ravan drums. Mauritius is where you will find paradise not in books, but in your heart. If you can't make it now, start with a homemade dal puri, listen to a Sega song, or read about the dodo. Each small step is a piece of your Mauritius story. Mauritius is more than just an island, it's a dream waiting to be written. Do you dare to embark on this journey, to let the diamond of the Indian Ocean touch your heart? Stand up, take a deep breath, and join us in discovering Mauritius today. Welcome to httravel channel. Today we explore a beautiful country in Northern Europe. Imagine you are standing on Romo Beach, the soft white sand brushing between your toes, the gentle Baltic wind caressing you, carrying the smell of sea salt mixed with the scent of hay from the green pastures. In the distance, the pastel houses of Nyhavn sparkle by the Copenhagen Canal, the sound of bicycle bells jingling, and the sweet smell of Abelskiver from the Christmas market fills the air. Welcome to Denmark, the jewel of Northern Europe, where Baltic waves tell Viking tales, fairy tale castles nestle in the woods, and hygge warms the soul. At just 43,000 square kilometers, Denmark is home to Hans Christian Andersen, minimalist design, and endless bike paths. Do you hear the waves whispering about Viking ships? Today we explore Mons Klint, Kronborg, and Tivoli Gardens, sipping cold Carlsberg beer. Before we begin, please subscribe to the channel and share your thoughts in the comments section. And now let's start to find out. Denmark is a symphony of Nordic nature, where the sea, deep forests, and grassy hills come together to create a living masterpiece. With over 7,300 kilometers of rolling coastline and 406 islands, Denmark is a picture of soft white sand, gentle Baltic waves, and cliffs that tell a million-year story. In Romo, part of the Wadden National Park, the widest beach in Northern Europe stretches to the horizon, where you can ride a horse on the sand, listening to the sound of waves and the rhythmic sound of horses' hooves. A cool sea breeze blows, carrying the smell of salt and hay from the nearby pastures. Want to gallop down the beach, feeling like a Viking conquering the ocean? On the nearby island of Fano, you can surf the Baltic waves, smell the salty sea, and hear the seagulls cry overhead. The sea teaches us to live slowly, like the waves crashing on the shore, says a Fano resident. In Mons Klint, on the east side of the island of Mon, 128 high white chalk cliffs tower over the Baltic Sea like a giant wall in Norse mythology. Walk along the cliff path, listening to the waves crashing against the rocks, and the rustling of leaves in the nearby oak forest. At the foot of the cliffs, you find fossils of octopuses and sea urchins from 70 million years ago. Do you dare to bend down, touch the fossils and feel the passage of time? In Skagen, Denmark's northernmost point, the Baltic and North Seas meet at Grennen, creating a magical wave where you stand between two oceans, feeling the wind blowing from both sides. The light here, clear and golden, inspired 19th century Skagen painters. Would you like to stand on the headland, let the waves touch your feet, and dream of light paintings? Bornholm, the Baltic island known as the Pearl of Denmark, is a place where grey granite cliffs, red angold fishing villages, and the lush Almindingen forest blend together. You walk through the forest, smell the pine resin and damp earth, hear the warblers sing, and see rune-carved Viking stones hidden under the trees. The sea gives us fish, but the forest gives us silence, says a Bornholm fisherman. In the Wadden National Park, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, you wade through mud in search of oysters and see millions of migratory birds like sandpipers and gulls congregate in the sky. Want to hold an oyster, feel the rough shell, and dream of Viking feasts? In Roskilde Fjord, you kayak through mirror-like waters, spot swans swimming, and the reflection of Frederiksborg Castle. You hold your paddle, listen to the gentle lapping of the water, and smell the fresh grass from the shore. Do you want to paddle, feel the pulse of the fjord? In Roldskov, Denmark's largest forest, you cycle through trails under the canopy of pine and oak. Hear the dry leaves rustle under your wheels and smell the sweet scent of tree sap. In the national park, Western Jutland, 30 m, high shifting sand dunes slowly drift across the grasslands, creating a Nordic desert. You camp under the stars, light a campfire, and hear the wind sing through the dunes. Do you want to lie on the grass, gaze at the Milky Way, and dream of fairy tales? In Silkeborg, in the Jutland Lake region, you can sail past Himmelbjerget, a 147 m high hill, with sparkling lakes and lush pine forests. In the Faroe Islands, part of the Kingdom of Denmark, steep cliffs and waterfalls like Mjølnefosser cascade into the Atlantic, creating a majestic world. You can hike through the Faroese grasslands, see grazing sheep, and smell the sea. Danish nature is more than just scenery, it is epic, a call from the sea, the forest, and the fjord, inviting you to immerse yourself in every moment. Denmark is a living story of brave Viking warriors, fairy tale castles, and a kingdom that is at the forefront of happiness and sustainability. More than 1,000 years ago, Viking warriors from Denmark sailed to Iceland, Greenland, and even North America. In Roskilde, the Viking Ship Museum houses 5 ancient ships with dragon motifs, remnants of a glorious era. In Jelling, 2 rune-engraved stone tablets of King Gorm the Old and Harald Bluetooth are considered the birth certificate of the Danish nation. Standing in the middle of a field, you can hear history whispering through the wind. Kronborg Castle in Helsingør, the setting for Hamlet, takes you into the world of knights and kings. Ribe, Denmark's oldest town, tells its story through its cobblestones and old wooden houses. In the 14th century, Denmark led the Kalmar Union, uniting Northern Europe. Frederiksborg Castle, with its magnificent Knights' Hall, is a testament to that golden age. Today, the country boasts a first-class welfare system, and more than 50% of its electricity is generated by wind power. The Moon Meets the Sea statue in Esbjerg and the National Museum in Copenhagen trace the journey from prehistoric stone axes to modern wind turbines. Denmark doesn't just preserve its history, it lives with it, inspiring the future. Danish culture is a gentle symphony of tradition and modernity, the warmth of the fire of hygge, the art of living a cozy and loving life. You can feel hygge when sitting by the window of a small house in Copenhagen, covered with a soft wool blanket, sipping hot cocoa, and listening to the pattering of rain outside. The soft yellow candlelight, the smell of beeswax, the laughter of friends, all blend together to create the feeling that the whole world is gently embracing you. At Design Museum Danmark, you will discover the spirit of hygge in design. Arne Jacobsen's egg chair with its perfect curves, Poul Henningsen's pH lamp that shines like moonlight, or the elegant and sophisticated Royal Copenhagen ceramics. We create spaces where people can feel at peace in their own homes, says a young designer. Literature is also the soul of Danish culture. In Odense, the hometown of Hans Christian Andersen, you step into the small house where he wrote The Little Mermaid and The Little Match Girl. The wooden room, the old writing desk, the faint smell of ink seem to bring you back to your childhood memories. Sitting under an oak tree, reading Andersen's stories and listening to the birds singing, that is a complete Nordic morning. Modern art comes alive at AROS in Aarhus, where a rainbow bridge on the roof lets you see the city in red, green, and yellow. I paint to keep the Nordic light alive, even on the grayest winter days, says one artist. In Bornholm, you can make pottery, hear the crackle of the fire and smell the earth. In Skagen, you can learn to paint the sea like 19th century masters. Villages still practice ancient rune carving, and weave scarves with Nordic patterns. The breath of Viking ancestors is still present. Above all, hospitality is at the heart of Danish culture. In Skagen, a fishing family invites you to tea and tells stories of storms by the fireplace. In Ribe, a candlemaker says, "Every candle is a little bit of hygge to warm someone." A simple hedge, or tak for alt, is enough to bring a smile. Danish culture is a gentle invitation. Come, slow down, find hygge, and let the Nordics embrace your soul. Now we come to Copenhagen, the vibrant heart of Denmark, where fairy tales meet modern life. Nyhavn, a canal famous for its pastel red, yellow, and blue houses, is where you sit by the water, smell the baking bread from the cafes, and hear the gentle sound of wooden boats. The white sails flutter, and the sunlight reflects on the water like thousands of diamonds. Would you like to take a boat ride through Nyhavn? See the house where Hans Christian Andersen lived and dreamed of the Little Mermaid. At Tivoli Gardens, an amusement park since 1843, the lights twinkle, the laughter of children echoes, and the sweet smell of cotton candy fills the air. You ride a roller coaster, hear the whistling wind, and feel like you're flying past fairy tale castles. Would you like to try a Ferris wheel? See Copenhagen from above. Amalienborg Palace, the royal palace, is where you can watch the changing of the guard, hear the sound of soldiers' boots on the stone courtyard, and see the royal flag fluttering in the wind. Do you want to stand in front of the palace and imagine yourself as a prince or princess? At Christiansborg Palace, the seat of the parliament, climb Copenhagen's tallest tower and admire the skyline with its red roofs and ancient bell tower. Do you want to touch the tower's railings, feel the Baltic wind, and see the city as a painting? Rundetårn, a round tower from 1642, takes you up in a unique spiral. You walk, hear your footsteps echo on the stone, and smell the old wood from the tower's roof. On Straget, the longest pedestrian street in Europe, you can shop for Royal Copenhagen pottery, listen to street music with saxophones and accordions, and smell the coffee from small cafes. Do you want to stop, dance to the music, and buy a blue ceramic mug? In Vesterbro, a hip neighborhood, you can explore antique shops and neon bars. In Norrebro, a multicultural area, you can see murals and hear children playing ball. Dronning Louise Bridge, the famous bicycle bridge, is ablaze at night with thousands of cyclists. Do you want to cycle across the bridge, hear the jingle of bells, and feel the pulse of Copenhagen? In Refshaleøen, a former industrial area now a creative hub, you can see factories transformed into galleries. At night, Copenhagen is a picture of light, with the opera house sparkling on the harbor. Do you want to sit by the wharf, sip a coffee, and watch the city sparkle? Copenhagen is where fairy tales and modernity blend together. The heart of Denmark invites you to immerse yourself. Denmark is not to be seen, it is to be lived, to touch the Nordic soul in every moment. In Roskilde Fjord, you kayak through the calm waters, see white swans swimming, and the reflection of Frederiksborg Castle. You hold the paddle, listen to the gentle lapping of the water, and smell the fresh grass from the shore. Do you want to paddle, feel the pulse of the fjord? In Copenhagen, you cycle along 400 kilometers of dedicated paths, passing green parks and sparkling canals. The cool breeze blows, carrying the scent of apple blossoms and the tinkling of car bells. Do you want to cycle across Dronning Louise Bridge, join the crowd, and feel the rhythm of life? In Bornholm, you can walk through Hamras Castle, the largest 13th century fortress in Northern Europe, listening to the sea breeze tell stories of knights and kings. Do you want to stand on the castle walls, look out at the Baltic Sea, and dream of the Middle Ages? In Fano, you can surf the Baltic waves, hear the roar of the waves, and feel the cool sea water. In Skagen, you can take a painting class with a local artist and learn how to capture the Baltic light on canvas. Do you want to pick up a brush and let the waves and sand come to life in your paintings? In the national park, you can ride a horse over the shifting dunes, hear the sound of horses' hooves on the sand, and smell the hay. Visit the Viking Ship Museum in Roskilde, board a replica ship, take up the oars and listen to the tour guide tell about the trips to Greenland. Do you want to row a ship, feel like a Viking warrior? In Aarhus, you pass through the rainbow panorama at the Aros Museum, see the city in brilliant colors. In Odense, you join a Hans Christian Andersen storytelling workshop, sit by candlelight, and tell the princess and the pea. Do you want to tell a story? Hear the laughter of children. In Silkeborg, you row across the Himmelbjerget Lake, see the pine forest and listen to the sound of the water. In Ribe, you join a night tour with a night watchman, hold a lantern and listen to ghost stories from the 16th century. In Bornholm, you learn to make pottery, mold clay, and smell the earthenware. In Vila, you walk across the Fjordennis Bridge, Olafur Eliassen's masterpiece, see the light reflecting like a painting. In the Faroe Islands, you can walk through the Kaldor Cliffs, look out over the Atlantic Ocean and listen to the roar of the waves. Want to stand on the cliffs and feel like you're at the end of the world? Denmark is a journey of living life to the fullest, from Baltic waves to hygge candles. Denmark is a festive musical, where joy explodes under the Nordic stars. The Christmas season transforms Copenhagen into a fairy tale, with the Tivoli market twinkling with lights, a 20 m tall Christmas tree, and the sweet smell of æbleskiver. Want to taste a donut, hear a choir sing carols and feel the hygge? In Odense, the Andersen Christmas Festival reenacts the fairy tale, with actors playing the little match girl. Want to wander through the market, holding a lantern, and dream of a fairy tale? Copenhagen Jazz Festival, held in July, brings saxophones and trumpets to every corner, from Nyhavn to Vesterbro. Want to dance to jazz and hear trumpets ringing out in the sunset? In Roskilde, the Viking Festival reenacts a battle, with armored warriors and the clash of swords. Want to try on Viking armor, wield a shield and hear war drums? In Aarhus, the Nordic Food Festival sees chefs cooking up smørbrød and pickled herring. In Skagen, the Festival of Lights lights up thousands of lanterns on the beach, creating a sea of stars on the sand. Want to release a lantern and send your wishes into the sky? In Ribe, the medieval festival transports you to the 16th century, with its old market, armor, and lute music. In Fano, the Kite Festival turns the sky into a rainbow, with dragon kites and Viking ships. Ever wanted to fly a kite and see it soar like a dream? The Danish festival is a dance of joy, light, and music, inviting you to join the Nordic beat. Danish street food is a delicate blend of Nordic flavors and the warmth of its people. In Copenhagen, smørbrød, rye bread topped with salted herring, egg, dill, and remoulade sauce, is a traditional culinary masterpiece. Each bite carries the scent of the Baltic Sea and Danish flair. At Torvhallen Market, æbleskiver donuts sprinkled with powdered sugar are a symbol of winter and Christmas, bringing with them the warm spirit of hygge. On the streets, Pulse grilled sausages served with spicy mustard and fried onions are a familiar and appealing dish. In Aarhus, frikadeller pork patties mixed with dill and onions evoke a home-cooked meal. Odense offers rugbrød, rye bread served with butter and Danneblue cheese. Bornholm is famous for its silled pickled herring, which is closely linked to the maritime tradition. In Fano, you can enjoy pannekaker thin crepes with strawberries and whipped cream, light as the summer sun. Ribe offers kransekage crispy almond cakes for festivals, and Vila has æbelkage apple cakes with breadcrumbs and creamy cream. Danish street food is not only delicious, but also a way for people to share their culture, send a welcome and joy to all visitors. Denmark is a leader in sustainable tourism, where people and nature write the future together. In the Wadden National Park, you can take an oyster conservation tour, wade through mud, and learn about migratory birds. Would you like to hold an oyster, feel the rough shell, and know that you are saving the sea? In Copenhagen, 74% of traffic is by bicycle, significantly reducing emissions. Would you like to cycle across Dronning Louise Bridge and contribute to keeping the city green? Every cycle is a breath of fresh air for Denmark, said one Copenhagener. On Bornholm, the Green Island, you can take part in a recycling workshop and learn how to turn plastic bottles into decorations. On Roskilde, you can help preserve Viking ships, touch ancient wood and listen to your guide tell you about Viking technology. In Middelgrunden, off the coast of Copenhagen, 20 wind turbines provide clean electricity to 3% of the city. Would you like to take a boat out to the turbines, hear the blades whirring and feel the power of the wind? In Silkeborg, you plant oak trees in the forest, helping the forest grow. In Fano, you help clean up the beach, protecting sea turtles. In the Faroe Islands, you learn about sustainable sheep farming and hear stories of harmonious living. In the national park, you help preserve the dunes, keeping them from being blown away by the wind. These experiences are not only fun, but also preserve Denmark, the sea, the forest, and the green dream. Do you want to tread lightly so that the Nordic pearl will always shine? Denmark is more than a country, it's a Nordic epic, where the Baltic waves tell Viking tales, the oak forests whisper fairy tales, and hygge warms the soul. From the white sands of Romo, the Mons Klint cliffs, the Kronborg castle, to the lights of Tivoli and the scent of Smørrebrød, Denmark is a place where you live, love, and find happiness in every moment. You'll touch the soft sand of Skagen, hear the accordion in Nyhavn, smell Abelskiver at the Christmas market, and dream of Viking ships sailing the ocean. Denmark isn't in a book that lives inside you, in every beat, every breath. If you can't get there right away, start with a hot cocoa, light a candle, listen to some Danish jazz, or dream of the lights of Copenhagen. Every little step is a piece of your journey. Denmark is a dream, an epic, waiting for you to write it down. Dare you touch the Nordic gem, and let the hygge candlelight awaken your heart. Stand up, take a deep breath, let the scent of the Baltic Sea, oak, and baked goods guide you, and begin your journey to Denmark today. Have you ever heard of a kingdom in the middle of the desert, where there are ancient stone cities carved into the mountains, where there is a Dead Sea, a place where you cannot sink, and where people welcome you with the warmest hospitality? Yes, that is Jordan, a hidden gem in the heart of the Middle East, with a mysterious, ancient and incredibly charming beauty. In today's video, we will explore the unique wonders of Jordan, from the legendary Petra, the surreal Wadi Rum desert, to the modern city of Amman and the bright Red Sea. If you love travel, culture and destinations off the beaten path, then this is the journey for you. Don't forget to like, subscribe and comment below to share your thoughts. And now, let's start the magical journey to Jordan. Let's start our journey to explore Jordan with an overview to better understand this fascinating land. Jordan is a country located in the Middle East, bordering many countries with great historical and political influence, such as Israel to the west, Syria to the north, Iraq to the east, and Saudi Arabia to the south and southeast. Thanks to this special geographical location, Jordan has long been a cultural crossroads, preserving the imprints of great ancient civilizations such as Roman, Greek, Nabatean, and Islamic. The capital of Jordan is Amman, a vibrant, modern city, but still imbued with history. Amman is not only the political center, but also the cultural and economic heart of the whole country. This city can surprise visitors with its mix of modern skyscrapers and ancient ruins thousands of years old. Jordan covers an area of approximately 89,000 square kilometers with a population of over 10 million people. The terrain is mainly mountains, limestone plateaus and deserts, creating an arid but extremely characteristic landscape. The climate here is semi-arid, with hot and dry summers, while the winters are cool, sometimes rainy, creating ideal conditions for not too harsh exploration journeys. With a rich historical background and unique nature, Jordan promises to bring visitors unforgettable experiences. Leaving the modern streets of Amman, we will enter one of the most legendary destinations not only in Jordan but also in the world, the ancient city of Petra. Nestled among the rocky desert mountains of southern Jordan, Petra is recognized by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site and is named one of the new 7 wonders of the world. What makes Petra special is that the entire city is carved directly into the Pink Cliffs, a rare architectural and artistic feat on Earth. Petra was once the capital of the ancient Nabatean kingdom, a brilliant civilization that once controlled important trade routes in the region. The Nabateans were masters at exploiting water in the dry desert, building a prosperous city with extremely sophisticated water systems, cisterns and stone structures. They left behind a legacy that will amaze anyone who sets foot here. Notable landmarks include the Treasury, Petra's most famous landmark with its intricately carved facade, the monastery, a larger structure than the Treasury and located at a higher elevation, and the Sikka, narrow alleyway nearly 1 kilometer long leading into Petra, flanked by majestic cliffs. Petra is not just a tourist attraction, but a journey back in time into the history of the ancient Middle East. Continuing our journey to explore Jordan, we head south to admire one of the most spectacular and surreal lands in the Middle East, the Wadi Rum Desert, also known by its enchanting name, Valley of the Moon. This place possesses such breathtaking landscapes that many blockbusters such as The Martian, Dune or Lawrence of Arabia have chosen Wadi Rum as the main setting because of its magical, wild and almost surreal beauty. Wadi Rum is a land of fiery red sandstone, rocky mountains rising high above the ground like towers, and vast valleys stretching to the horizon. Here, visitors can experience many adventurous activities such as riding camels across the desert, joining a speedy jeep tour through the canyons, or sleeping overnight in traditional Bedouin camps, where you can watch thousands of twinkling stars in the quiet desert night sky. Wadi Rum is also home to the nomadic Bedouin people, who have lived in the desert for centuries. They are known for their hospitality, fireside storytelling, and authentic grilled food. Meeting the Bedouins is an essential part of any trip to Wadi Rum, where natural beauty and wild culture blend together into an unforgettable picture. This is more than just a desert, it is another world, where all the senses are awakened. After the magical experiences in the desert, the journey takes us to the most unique and strange destination on the planet, the Dead Sea, known as the lowest point on the Earth's surface, located at an altitude of about -430 meters above sea level. The Dead Sea is located in the border area between Jordan and Israel, a rare natural wonder with both mysterious beauty and hidden medical and geological values. The most famous feature of the Dead Sea is its extremely high salt content, nearly 10 times higher than normal seawater. Therefore, you can float on the water without knowing how to swim, an interesting and unforgettable experience for any tourist. Not only is it a strange natural phenomenon, the Dead Sea is also famous for its mineral-rich mud, which has the effect of curing skin diseases, reducing inflammation and beautifying the skin. Many resorts around the area have exploited this resource for therapeutic tourism. However, this beauty is gradually being threatened. Climate change, resource exploitation and changes in the flow of the Jordan River have caused water levels to drop rapidly. Experts warn that without protection, this wonder could disappear in the not-too-distant future. The Dead Sea, a place to relax and reflect on the fragility of nature, is definitely a destination not to be missed when visiting Jordan. After immersing ourselves in the majestic natural beauty and ancient relics, we now return to the vibrant life of Amman, the capital of Jordan, where the past and present blend gracefully. Amman is not only the political and administrative center, but also the economic and cultural heart of the whole country. The city offers a modern atmosphere but still retains its historical depth and traditional identity. Strolling through the streets of Amman, you will see bustling neighborhoods, artistic cafes, and there are ancient relics thousands of years old. The highlight is Amman Citadel, a complex of relics on the hilltop that was once the center of many ancient civilizations. From here, visitors can enjoy a panoramic view of the city stretching across the hills. Not far away is the ancient Roman theater, a large structure with a capacity of up to 6,000 people, a testament to the glorious period of the Romans here. Amman is also known for its rich coffee culture and street food scene. From live music cafes to markets selling falafel, shawarma or mansaf, the traditional Jordanian dish, the city offers a youthful, energetic vibe that is still rich in its identity. Amman is a living testament to a modern Jordan that never forgets its roots. Continuing our journey to explore Jordan, we will come to Jerash, one of the most intact and impressive ancient Roman cities in the world. Jerash is not only an important archaeological site, but also a living testament to the brilliant development of the Roman Empire in the Middle East, giving visitors the opportunity to experience a charming and ancient historical space. The first highlight when entering Jerash is Hadrian's Gate, built to honor Emperor Hadrian during his visit to the city in the 2nd century. Next, visitors will not be able to miss the Temple of Artemis, one of the largest and most beautiful temples in the city, where the goddess Artemis is worshipped. In addition, the ancient Roman theater in Jerash is a place to hold art performances, concerts, and cultural events, still retaining its majestic architecture and large capacity. Jerash is also famous for its annual cultural festival, an event that attracts thousands of visitors and artists from all over the world. The festival not only celebrates the Roman cultural heritage but also combines music, folk dance, and contemporary art performances, creating a vibrant and diverse cultural space. Jerash is a step back in time, where you can deeply feel the life of an ancient Roman city, still present and preserved through thousands of years of history. Entering the heart of Jordanian culture, it is impossible not to mention the unique cuisine, an important and delicate part that clearly reflects the Arab culture of this land. Jordanian cuisine is a harmonious combination of traditional flavors and unique cooking styles, making each dish a memorable cultural experience. Among the outstanding dishes, mansaf is considered the national dish, a traditional rice dish cooked with lamb and fermented yogurt sauce called jameed. This is an indispensable dish during festivals, showing hospitality and respect. There is also makluba, a rice dish with eye-catching vegetables and meat, falafel, crispy fried bean balls, and appetizers such as hummus and kunafa dessert. A special point in Jordanian culinary culture is the habit of using hands and eating from the same tray, showing closeness, sharing and respect for each other during meals. Bedouin tea and coffee culture is a symbol of hospitality. Coffee is often brewed strong and aromatic, while tea is drunk as part of a ritual of connection. Jordanian cuisine is a journey that takes us into the depths of Arabic culture, rustic, sophisticated, and full of warmth. Continuing our journey to explore Jordan, we will come to Aqaba, Jordan's only port city located on the Red Sea coast, considered the most ideal and prominent beach resort in this country. With a temperate climate all year round and clear blue beaches, Aqaba not only attracts tourists by its stunning natural beauty, but also by a series of attractive water sports activities. Coming to Aqaba, you can freely experience unique recreational activities, such as diving to see colorful coral reefs, home to a rich diversity of marine life. In addition, visitors can also participate in sea sports such as sailing, surfing, or kayaking, bringing a feeling of refreshment and unlimited adventure. The long beaches with fine white sand and clear blue water will be a great place to relax after days of exploring the desert and historical sites. Aqaba's special feature is its favorable geographical location, located close to two other famous tourist destinations of Jordan, Petra and Wadi Rum, creating a golden tourist triangle that attracts visitors from all over the world. Therefore, Aqaba is not only an ideal stopover for those who love the sea, but also a center connecting nature, history, and unique culture of Jordan. Aqaba is truly a shining pearl on the Red Sea coast, providing the perfect balance between discovery and relaxation for all visitors. Exploring Jordan would not be complete without visiting the ancient desert castles, fortresses scattered across the vast desert landscape, marking a glorious chapter of the Umayyad dynasty. These are the first surviving Islamic architectural works, typically Qasr Amra, a UNESCO World Heritage Site for its exquisite murals and unique architecture. In addition, Qasr Karana also stands out for its solid design, serving many important purposes, from a resort for the nobility, a hunting ground to an administrative center, and controlling ancient trade routes. These castles are not only strategic, but also clearly demonstrate the spiritual and artistic development of early Islamic civilization. What is special is that these fortresses were built with sophisticated techniques, harmoniously blending into the wild, harsh landscape of the desert, creating an image that is both majestic and mysterious. Each castle is like a vivid picture of history, culture, and art, giving visitors a deep sense of Jordan's glorious past as well as its cultural diversity. These desert castles are precious historical treasures, opening the door to lead us into the world of the past, full of wonder and legend. Amidst the majestic natural landscape of Jordan, Mount Nebo stands out as a sacred place with profound significance in Jewish and Christian history. This is considered the place where the prophet Moses stood looking towards the Promised Land, the land that the Israelites longed to reach after many years of wandering. Therefore, Mount Nebo not only has religious value, but is also a destination that attracts thousands of believers and pilgrims from all over the world. From the top of the mountain, visitors can admire the breathtaking view of the entire Jordan Valley and the calm waters of the Dead Sea. The natural beauty here blends with the serene space, making anyone who comes feel a special sense of peace and tranquility. On the top of Mount Nebo, there is also an ancient monastery and a museum displaying beautiful ancient stone mosaics, reflecting the art and beliefs of previous generations. These stone mosaics are not only a testament to the sophistication of art, but also tell many mythological and religious stories related to this land. Mount Nebo is a symbol of faith and hope, a place where history, culture, and the beautiful nature of Jordan intersect, making every pilgrimage here sacred and meaningful. Discovering Jordan cannot be without an impressive destination called Dana Biosphere Reserve, a large and beautiful nature reserve, where diverse ecosystems converge from white sand deserts, green olive forests to majestic Rocky Mountains. Dana Biosphere Reserve is one of the most important ecological reserves in Jordan, protecting many rare and unique species of animals and plants, contributing to maintaining the ecological balance of the Middle East. Coming to Dana, visitors will have the opportunity to experience rich nature exploration activities, such as trekking through trails through forests and mountains, helping to enjoy the fresh air and majestic scenery. In addition, this place is also an ideal destination to observe rare birds, attracting researchers and nature lovers. Every step on the walking trails is a journey to explore the biodiversity and wild beauty of Jordan's nature. What is more special is that Dana Biosphere Reserve is also built and managed in close coordination with the local community, aiming at developing sustainable tourism and conserving natural resources. Local people not only participate in environmental protection activities, but also introduce their traditional culture and unique lifestyle to visitors. Dana Biosphere Reserve is truly the perfect destination for those who love nature and want to immerse themselves in the peaceful, rich space of Jordan. To fully understand Jordan, it is impossible to ignore the exploration of the culture and people here, the elements that create the soul of this country. Jordanians are known for their hospitality, sincerity, and especially respect for family affection, traditional values that create solidarity and warmth in the community. Visitors to Jordan often feel the warmth through invitations to share meals, sincere stories, and dedicated care from the local people. Jordan's customs have been maintained through many generations, clearly shown through traditional costumes such as thobe and keffiyeh, symbols of the typical Arab identity. These cultural features are not only historical marks, but also the way Jordanians express pride in their origins and values. Religion holds an important place in the spiritual life of Jordanians, with Islam being the main religion, besides the long-standing Christian community, creating a diverse and harmonious society. Religion has a profound influence on rituals, festivals, and daily life, contributing to the unique cultural picture of Jordan. Thanks to the harmonious combination of tradition and religion, Jordanians have built a rich culture, making every visitor feel the friendliness and sincerity of this land. Finally, when looking back at the whole journey to explore Jordan, it is not difficult to see why this country has become an unmissable destination for every tourist. Jordan is a harmonious convergence of legendary history, rich culture, majestic nature, along with the sincere hospitality of the local people. It is this unique combination that creates a diverse and rich travel experience, making anyone who comes once want to return. Jordan is suitable for many different types of tourism, from adventurous trips to explore ancient relics such as Petra, Jerash, to relaxing resorts on the Red Sea coast in Aqaba, or pilgrimages to find spiritual roots at Mount Nebo. Each journey brings different emotions and experiences, meeting the diverse needs of each individual or family. Besides, Jordan is also known for its safety and political stability, making visitors completely assured when coming here. The country always welcomes international visitors with open arms, with friendliness and professionalism, contributing to creating a pleasant and memorable tourism environment. All these factors make Jordan not only an attractive destination, but also a unique cultural, historical, and natural journey that anyone who loves to explore should not miss. Egypt. Hearing the name, you immediately think of giant pyramids, pharaohs wearing glittering gold, and the legendary Nile River flowing endlessly. But wait, Egypt is not only ancient. This is a land that is both mysterious and modern, has delicious food, beautiful scenery, and sunshine. Today, I will take you to explore the land of unthinkable things. Remember to subscribe to the channel so you don't get lost, and comment right away if you love pyramids and mummies. Interestingly, however, over 90% of the country is arid desert, with most of its population living along the Nile River, which occupies less than 10% of the land. This shows the vital importance of the Nile to the life and development of Egypt. Egypt, a land strategically located at the crossroads of Africa and the Middle East, has long been considered a gateway connecting civilizations. The north borders the Mediterranean Sea, the east borders the Red Sea, and the west extends to the Sahara Desert, one of the largest and harshest deserts in the world. Egypt is the intersection of the sea, the desert, and thousands of years of historical vestiges, creating an extremely unique geographical picture. The climate here is truly desert, hot, dry, and sunny all year round. Summer can reach 40 degrees Celsius, and winter is a bit more pleasant, but overall it is still quite dry. However, amidst the aridity and scorching sun, there is a great miracle called the Nile River. Around 3100 BC, on the banks of the fertile Nile River, one of the first and most brilliant civilizations of mankind was born, the ancient Egyptian civilization. From small tribes scattered along the river, the Egyptians built a powerful kingdom, with a dynasty system that lasted for thousands of years and left indelible marks in human history. One of the most prominent symbols of this civilization is the giant pyramids, iconic architectural works, built with millions of large stone blocks, completely without the use of modern machinery. Egyptian culture is a unique combination of ancient spirit and modern Islamic colors. Walking around big cities like Cairo or Alexandria, you will see the presence of ancient temples next to majestic mosques, bustling traditional markets next to modern commercial centers. It is this intersection that has created a rich, multidimensional, and fascinating cultural identity. Traditional costumes in Egypt are often quite modest, showing respect for Islamic values. Men often wear galabia, a loose long dress, while women often wrap hijab and wear long-sleeved shirts. Although strongly influenced by religious culture, today's youth are gradually incorporating modern elements in their dressing style, creating an interesting blend of tradition and modernity. Egyptians highly value family. They value the bond between generations, always respect the elderly, and consider caring for parents an important moral part of life. Family meals and intimate gatherings are familiar images in daily culture. Festivals in Egypt are also very special. During Ramadan, the Muslim fasting month, the solemn atmosphere during the day gives way to the bustle after sunset, with cozy meals and community activities. Another equally interesting festival is Shem el-Nessim, a spring festival originating from ancient Egypt, where people go to the park together, eat salted fish, and welcome a beautiful new year. Egypt today is one of the most populous countries in Africa and the Arab world, with over 110 million people. The capital Cairo is not only Africa's largest city, but also the country's important cultural, political, religious, and economic center. It is a place where a glorious past meets a vibrant modern life, with crowded streets, ancient structures interspersed with high-rise buildings, and bustling commercial areas. Politically, Egypt is a semi-presidential republic. The president is the head of state, while the prime minister serves as the executive director of the government. This system allows for a balance between executive and legislative powers, although in practice there are still many challenges in the process of political and democratic development. Besides that, there is full medam's fragrant stewed fava beans, often served with bread, and tamia, a typical Egyptian version of falafel, made from pureed green beans, fried until golden brown, very popular for breakfast or snack. The Egyptian dining culture is also associated with hours-long tea and coffee sessions. In roadside cafes, you will easily see people sitting and relaxing, chatting, sipping mint tea or strong coffee. And don't forget to order a glass of carcata, a hibiscus flower water with a bright red color, a slightly sour and cool taste, perfectly dispelling the hot sun in this desert land. If you find this video interesting, leave the number 1 in the comment section and subscribe to the channel to update the latest videos. If you are a history buff, Egypt is an indispensable destination on the list of legendary lands to conquer. This is not only a place associated with pyramids or stories about mummies, but also the cradle of one of the oldest and greatest civilizations in the world. Egypt is a land where time seems to stand still. There, each stone, each meticulously carved wall, each stone pillar standing tall in the desert seems to tell the thousand-year story of the powerful pharaohs, of ancient gods, and of a people who once made the world admire their wisdom and strength. Nowhere is this more evident than the pyramids of Giza, the only ancient wonder of the world that still exists. Standing before this wonder, you will feel the greatness not only in scale, but also in the technique and timeless spirit of the ancient Egyptians. Continuing your journey, you will come to the Valley of the Kings in Luxor, the resting place of dozens of pharaohs, the most famous of which is the tomb of King Tutankhamun. And if you want to feel the majesty touching every cell, the Abu Simbel Temple with 2 giant statues carved straight into the cliff will surely take your breath away. The Nile River, the longest river in the world, has been the lifeblood of Egypt for thousands of years. The river not only provides precious fresh water in the arid land, but also cultivates and nurtures a prosperous agriculture since ancient times. Large cities such as Cairo, Luxor or Aswan are located along the banks of the Nile, as if all are looking towards that sacred lifeblood. It can be said that without the Nile River, Egypt would not have become one of the greatest civilizations of mankind. Egypt's economy is based on 4 main pillars: tourism, oil, agriculture, and especially revenue from the Suez Canal. This canal is one of the most important shipping routes in the world, connecting the Mediterranean with the Red Sea and significantly shortening the shipping journey between Europe and Asia. Every year, Egypt earns billions of dollars from shipping fees through this canal. The majority of Egypt's population lives along the Nile River, the only area with fertile land in the middle of the vast desert. This creates an uneven population distribution that is very typical of Egypt. In terms of religion, the majority of the population is Muslim, specifically Sunni Islam. However, Egypt still maintains religious diversity with the Coptic Christian community, one of the oldest Christian groups still in existence today. The intersection between tradition and modernity, between religion and daily life, is what makes modern Egypt unique. If you find this video interesting, please leave a number 1 in the comment section and subscribe to the channel to update the latest videos. However, Egypt is not just mossy ruins. This place also possesses a poetic and peaceful beauty that few people expect. Try boarding a light boat drifting on the Nile River, the longest river in the world, which has nurtured this civilization for thousands of years. You will pass through vast wheat fields, small villages, and watch the red sunset dyeing the water surface golden. All worries seem to disappear amidst the sound of oars and the gentle desert wind. And if you are a sea lover, Egypt still has a special gift for you: 2 famous coastal cities, Sharm el-Sheikh and Hurghada. This is a true resort paradise, with crystal clear water, velvety white sand, and magical coral reefs at the bottom of the Red Sea. Visitors can dive, swim, take a glass-bottom boat to see the coral, or simply lie down under the bright yellow sunlight, an experience that is both relaxing and full of energy. Egypt is a land of harmony between ancient and modern, between mystery and intimacy, between grandeur and peace. This place is not just a tourist destination, but an emotional journey. You do not just come to take pictures and sightsee, but to listen to history echoing in the wind, to touch the culture through every breath of life, and to realize that there are always wonders on this planet, waiting for you to discover. To this day, the Giza Pyramid is still one of the 7 ancient wonders of the world that still exist. Next to it is the Sphinx statue with a mysterious face, along with a series of exquisitely carved tombs underground, like an underground world reserved for the pharaohs after their death. The ancient Egyptians were not only good builders but also pioneering thinkers. They created their own writing system, hieroglyphs, which were engraved on stone, temple walls and papyrus. They had advanced knowledge of medicine, surgery and embalming, understood astronomy to calculate accurate calendars, and applied mathematics in construction and land surveying. What is special is that the ancient Egyptians lived with a strong belief in the afterlife. They believed that the soul would continue its journey after death, so they often buried many precious objects with the deceased. Their religion was polytheistic, with gods such as Ra, the sun god, Osiris the god of death and rebirth, or Isis the goddess of love and magic. It can be said that Egyptian civilization is a unique blend of reality and mystery, science and spirituality. Even though thousands of years have passed, these achievements still make the whole world today admire and curious to explore. Folk music, distinctive drumming and seductive belly dancing have become indispensable artistic symbols in Egyptian cultural life. In particular, Egyptian women, despite living in a traditional society, still play an important role in the family and community. They are not only the keepers of the family fire, but also increasingly assert their position in the fields of education, art and even politics. The combination of traditional gentleness and modern spirit is the beautiful image of Egyptian women today. Egyptian cuisine is a harmonious picture of rustic simplicity and unforgettable rich flavors. Not fussy, not luxurious, the dishes here mainly use familiar ingredients such as beans, vegetables, bread and typical Middle Eastern spices. But it is that simple combination that creates unique dishes with their own identities that make visitors who have tasted them once feel nostalgic. One of the most iconic dishes of Egypt is koshari, the national soul, in the hearts of the people here. The dish includes rice, noodles, lentils, chickpeas, crispy fried onions, drizzled with a slightly spicy tomato sauce. It sounds simple, but the flavor is extremely well-rounded and addictive. Koshari is often sold everywhere, from cheap eateries to luxury restaurants. Egypt's nature is a perfect blend of vast deserts, majestic rivers and clear blue skies, creating a natural picture that is both wild and mysterious. Although famous for the vast Sahara Desert, where golden sand stretches endlessly, Egypt is nourished by one of the greatest rivers in the world, the Nile. This river is not only the lifeblood of the country, but also the foundation of ancient civilization, bringing water and fertility to the arid land. The Nile divides Egypt into two parts. One side is fertile, green fields thanks to the alluvial deposits of alluvium. The other side is arid desert areas, where the harsh climate can challenge anyone. However, this contrast creates a unique ecosystem, where plants and animals, from lush palm trees to hardy desert animals, can thrive in harsh conditions. The Sahara Desert covers most of Egypt's land area, with towering sand dunes and seemingly endless dunes. The desert is not just a dry place, but also contains wonders. In the heart of the desert are cool oases, where underground streams can be found and plants that survive the dry conditions. These oases are home to Egyptian communities that live in harmony with nature, existing in the silence of the desert. In addition, the Red Sea and the Mediterranean Sea also contribute to the natural beauty of Egypt. The Red Sea, with its clear blue waters, has become an ideal destination for those who love diving and exploring the diverse marine ecosystem. Along the coast, beautiful coral reefs and colorful tropical fish form a rich underwater world, attracting thousands of tourists every year. The Mediterranean Sea, meanwhile, offers a sense of serenity and is the perfect place to relax with long white sand beaches, cool waters and quaint port cities. In the lowlands like the Nile Delta, nature offers a lush and fertile landscape. With vast rice fields and orchards, this place is a symbol of life thriving in the desert. The Nile Delta is also home to thousands of migratory birds, making it an ideal destination for those who love birdwatching or simply want to admire the beautiful scenery. Despite its harsh appearance, Egyptian nature contains strong and resilient lives, reflecting the very nature of the people here, always striving and in harmony with all the challenges that nature brings. From the green fields on the banks of the Nile to the golden sand dunes in the desert, each scene tells a story of existence, struggle and development in the midst of this majestic nature. Egypt is a place where nature is not only a living environment, but also a companion of people on their journey through time and history. Egypt, where time seems to stand still, where every ancient stone, every desert breeze seems to whisper the story of a glorious civilization. Not only is it the land of majestic pyramids and legendary pharaohs, Egypt is also a living symbol of the magical intersection between the past and the present. The wonders from thousands of years ago still stand there, towering in the sun and wind as silent witnesses to human history, while modern life still takes place vibrantly around bustling streets, colorful traditional markets and friendly, hospitable people. Today, Egypt not only captivates visitors with its grandeur and mystery, but also with the wild, profound beauty emanating from the natural landscape, from the gentle Nile River, the golden deserts, to the warm smiles of the local people. It is a place where you can both explore history and immerse yourself in modern life while still preserving its original identity. Egypt is like a living book, which you not only read with your eyes but also feel with your heart. If you are looking for a journey to look back at the past, feel the present and listen to yourself, then Egypt is definitely the destination for you. If you love this amazing journey, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on the next exciting destinations, and comment below to let me know. What makes you most curious about Egypt, the pyramids, mummies, or the enchanting belly dances? Kenya, a vibrant country in East Africa, is a place where wildlife, rich fauna, and diverse cultures come together to create an irresistible attraction. From the vast savannas of the Masai Mara, where wildebeest migrate in spectacular spectacle, to the brilliant flocks of flamingos on Lake Nakuru, Kenya is a vivid picture of nature. More than 40 tribes such as the Maasai and Swahili bring unique dances, music and customs, enriching the journey of discovery. With such beauty, Kenya is an attractive destination for adventurous travelers, eager to touch nature and immerse themselves in indigenous culture. Welcome to Kenya, a land for wildlife lovers. Subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and comment with us to discover interesting things about this country. Kenya, the jewel of East Africa, is a dream destination for those who love nature, adventure, and culture. With tourist highlights such as Masai Mara National Park, Lake Nakuru, Lake Naivasha, Mount Kenya, the capital Nairobi, and the Mombasa coast, Kenya offers a colorful journey where each landmark tells its own story, captivating visitors from all over the world. It is said that if you have not been to Masai Mara National Park, you have not been to Kenya, because this is considered the heart of Kenyan safari tourism, known as the safari capital of the world. Located in the southwest, this 1,510 square kilometers reserve is the stage of the Great Migration, when millions of wildebeest, zebra, and gazelle cross the crocodile-infested Mara River in search of new pastures from July to October. This spectacle is not only a natural wonder but also an opportunity for visitors to witness the Big Five: lions, elephants, leopards, rhinos, and buffalo, in a pristine wild environment. On a safari by jeep, you will feel your heart pounding when you see a pride of lions stalking their prey, or elephants leisurely walking among the golden grasslands. If you want a more unique experience, a hot air balloon floating in the sky of Masai Mara at dawn will bring a breathtaking panoramic view, with the early morning sunlight shining on the vast sea of grass. The indigenous Maasai, dressed in bright red, also enrich the journey with cultural stories and powerful Aduma dances, making the Masai Mara not only a nature but also a profound cultural journey. Next, the capital Nairobi, the vibrant heart of Kenya, is where modern urban life meets the wild breath of African nature. Located on a plateau at an altitude of 1,795 meters, this city has a cool, pleasant climate and is the door to legendary safari adventures. From a humble stop on the 19th century railway, Nairobi has grown into a brilliant economic and cultural center where East Africa converges and shines. Nairobi is a symphony of enchanting contrasts. Just 7 kilometers from the center, Nairobi National Park opens up a wild world, where lions stalk their prey, rhinos roam freely, and giraffes stretch their necks amid a skyline sparkling with skyscrapers. The National Museum of Kenya tells profound stories of history and culture, while the Giraffe Center offers visitors a close-up moment when they set foot here. The Maasai markets are bursting with color, filled with exquisite crafts, vibrant fabrics and jewelry that tell the stories of the indigenous people. Nairobi is more than just the capital, it is the heartbeat of Kenya, where tradition and modernity collide, beckoning you to explore a world that is both wild and sophisticated, full of wonder. Finally, the Mombasa coast, located on the Indian Ocean, is Kenya's tropical paradise. This historic port city is famous for its white sand beaches, clear blue waters and vibrant coral reefs. Voted one of the world's best beaches, Diani Beach is ideal for sunbathing, snorkeling or surfing. Mombasa Marine Park protects the marine ecosystem, allowing you to swim with tropical fish and explore the underwater world. The UNESCO-listed Fort Jesus tells the story of Mombasa's colonial past, while the Old Town, with its narrow streets and Swahili architecture, takes you back to the Arab trading era. A traditional boat cruise at sunset is a romantic experience, with the sea breeze and golden sunlight as a backdrop. Mombasa's Swahili culture is also alive in its cuisine, spicy biryani and chapati bread, and the melodious taarab music. Mombasa is where you can relax after your safari, immersing yourself in the intersection of sea and history. These destinations, from the Masai Mara Savannah, Lakes Nakuru and Naivasha, Mount Kenya, vibrant Nairobi to romantic Mombasa, make Kenya attractive. Each place has its own color, from wild adventure, cultural discovery to beachside relaxation. Kenya is not just a trip, but a journey that awakens all the senses, leaving indelible memories in the hearts of visitors. What do you think about these tourist attractions? Leave a number 1 in the comments section below to let us know. Now let's continue to explore the wonderful things of Kenya. Kenya, a land of vast savannas, majestic mountains, and herds of wild animals roaming through pristine nature, is famous not only for its landscapes, but also for its resilient people and unique cultural identity. Kenyans have a strong spirit, resilient in the face of difficulties, but are also very gentle and hospitable. They are a blend of long-standing traditions and modern life, of indigenous culture and global influence. Despite belonging to more than 40 different ethnic groups, Kenyans still maintain a spirit of solidarity, working together to build a country rich in identity and hope. In that picture, Kenyan women appear as silent but steadfast pillars. They are mothers working hard by the fire, laborers working day and night in the fields, teachers, doctors, businesswomen, and increasingly appearing in leadership roles. However, their path is not easy. Many Kenyan women, especially in rural areas, still face inequality, lack of educational opportunities, and endure backward customs such as early marriage and gender discrimination. But it is also in these hardships that their resilience and desire to rise shine even brighter. The image of Wangari Maathai, the first Kenyan woman to receive the Nobel Peace Prize for her efforts to protect the environment and promote women's rights, is a living testament to the power of women here. She not only inspired millions of Kenyan women, but also made the whole world admire her. Today, more and more Kenyan women are stepping out of the traditional shadow, confidently asserting their position in society. They are the silent but strong heart that keeps Kenya alive, developing and full of hope in every step of the country's transformation. Next, Lake Nakuru, located in the heart of Lake Nakuru National Park in the Rift Valley, is a distinct destination with its brilliant beauty and rich ecosystem. This saltwater lake is like a symphony of life, colors blending between the earth and sky. Located in the heart of the legendary Great Rift Valley, this saltwater lake turns into a magnificent mirror, reflecting the brilliant pink stripes of millions of flamingos. They gather, rhythmically gliding on the water surface, enjoying the emerald green spirulina algae, creating a lively dance that makes anyone hold their breath. Lake Nakuru is not only a stage for flamingos. There are also more than 450 species of birds, from proud pelicans, elegant white storks, to fish eagles soaring in the blue sky, making this place a paradise for nature lovers. Around the lake, vast grasslands, brilliant yellow acacia forests and melodious Michaelia waterfall form the background for a wild picture, where majestic white rhinos, cheetahs quietly stalk their prey, lions roar and antelopes dance freely. More than a wonder, Lake Nakuru is the cultural heartbeat and soul of Kenyan tourism. Dramatic safaris and cycling journeys through pristine trails will make your heart beat with every beat. Lake Nakuru is more than a destination, it is a whisper of nature, inviting you to immerse yourself in a magnificent wilderness where every moment is a masterpiece. Additionally, Lake Naivasha, not far from Lake Nakuru, offers a completely different experience. One of the few freshwater lakes in the Rift Valley, Naivasha is a serene beauty, surrounded by green pastures and rolling hills. Visitors can paddle across the lake, passing pods of yawning hippos, or spot birds such as kingfishers and eagles. Crescent Island, a small reserve on the lake, is the perfect place to walk among herds of antelope, zebra, and giraffes in quiet surroundings. Nearby, Hell's Gate National Park, with its fiery red gorges and basalt columns, is a destination for those who love hiking or cycling in the wilderness. Lake Naivasha is also famous for its rose fields, which supply fresh flowers to the global market, and lakeside resorts where you can relax in the idyllic setting after a day of exploring. Mount Kenya, Africa's second highest mountain at 5,199 meters, is a challenge and a dream for mountaineers. Located in central Kenya, the mountain is not only a geological wonder but also a cultural icon, revered by the Kikuyu people as the seat of the gods. With three main peaks, Bashan, Nelian and Lenana, Mount Kenya offers climbing routes suitable for both beginners and advanced climbers. Lenana, the most accessible, is a popular target, where you can watch the sunrise over glacial lakes and lush valleys. The climb takes you through rainforests, alpine meadows and snow-capped cliffs, creating a diverse landscape experience. Even without climbing, the area around Mount Kenya is attractive with conservation areas such as Lewa, which protects rare rhinos and grievous zebras. Mount Kenya is a place where nature and spirituality come together, bringing a sense of conquest and peace. First of all, we must mention Kenya's geographical position, which is a golden advantage for tourism, shaping this country into an attractive destination all year round. Overview on the world map, Kenya is located in East Africa, near the equator, and spreads over 580,000 square kilometers. The southeast borders the Indian Ocean, offering more than 500 kilometers of coastline with white sand beaches such as Diani, and the bustling port of Mombasa, ideal for sea tourism and exploring Swahili culture. Due to its central location in East Africa, bordering Ethiopia, South Sudan, Uganda, Tanzania, and Somalia, Kenya is easily accessible from many directions, attracting international tourists. Kenya's proximity to the equator and its varied topography make it a great place to visit. Despite its tropical climate, the country's elevation, from coastal plains to highlands and mountains reaching up to 5,199 m, offers a wide range of weather conditions. The coast is hot and humid, perfect for swimming and snorkeling, while the highlands are cool all year round, ideal for safaris and mountain climbing. The Rift Valley that cuts across the country is not only a spectacular landscape, but also a hotspot for wildlife, with the Masai Mara savanna famous for its wildebeest migration. The dry season, June-October, is perfect for seeing the Big Five, while the rainy season, March-May, brings lush greenery to the landscape, attracting those who love pristine nature. Kenyan culture, festivals and cuisine are three intertwined elements that create a vibrant identity for this East African country. With more than 40 tribes such as the Maasai, Kikuyu, Luo and Swahili, Kenyan culture is a diverse mosaic where traditions are preserved through music, dance and customs. The Maasai Adoma dance, with soaring steps and red costumes, represents strength and pride in coming-of-age ceremonies. Along the coast, the Swahili Tarab music, with its Arabic influence, tells stories of love and the sea. Costumes such as the colorful kanga or Maasai bead necklaces are not just objects, but a way for them to celebrate their identity and unite their communities through each generation. The festival is where Kenyan culture explodes, bringing an atmosphere of jubilation and national pride. The Lamu Festival, held on Lamu Island, is a quintessential Swahili event, with traditional boat races, singing and dancing, and quaint streets filled with laughter. The event not only celebrates maritime culture, but also brings people together to share joy. Jamhuri Day, the anniversary of independence on December 12th, is the biggest national festival, turning Nairobi and other cities into a stage for parades, fireworks, and tribal dances. In addition, the Lake Turkana Festival in the north pays tribute to desert tribes, with music, costumes, and stories about the cradle of humanity. These festivals bridge the past and present, bringing the Kenyan spirit to life. Inseparable from festivals are traditional dishes, elements that create the cultural identity of Kenyan cuisine. During large and small festivals, people often prepare typical dishes with strong local flavors. One of the most popular dishes is ugali, a thick cornmeal dish, served as a main dish instead of rice, often accompanied by stewed meat or stir-fried vegetables. In addition, nyama choma, grilled meat, the national dish of Kenya, often appears at community gatherings or festivals, demonstrating hospitality and solidarity. Dishes such as sukuma wiki, stir-fried vegetables, chapati, flatbread, and flavorful seafood dishes in the coastal region of Mombasa also reflect the cultural exchange between Africa, Arabia, and India. Kenyan cuisine is not sophisticated but rich, close, and always accompanied by the spirit of sharing. From colorful festivals to rich cuisine, Kenyan culture is vibrant, diverse, and extremely attractive. When setting foot in this country, visitors not only immerse themselves in the traditional festival atmosphere, but also have the opportunity to explore a culinary world with a strong African imprint, where every dish, every dance, every ritual tells a story about the people and this wonderful land. Kenya's economy, one of East Africa's most dynamic, is characterized by its diversity and potential for sustainable growth. Agriculture is the backbone, contributing around 33% of GDP and providing livelihoods for over 70% of the population. With its fertile highlands and favorable climate, Kenya is a world leader in tea and cut flower exports, and produces high-quality coffee, maize, and vegetables, particularly in the Rift Valley. This success not only drives trade but also provides a foundation for other economic sectors. Closely linked to agriculture, tourism is a major economic driver, capitalizing on Kenya's natural beauty and biodiversity. Destinations such as the Masai Mara National Park and Amboseli National Park attract millions of visitors each year on wildlife safaris. Meanwhile, the tech industry is booming, with Nairobi being dubbed the Silicon Valley of Africa. Safaricom's M-Pesa mobile payment system has transformed the way financial transactions are made, making Kenya a regional hub for tech innovation. Tourism plays an increasingly important role in Kenya's economic development, not only as a major source of foreign exchange, but also as a driver of other sectors such as transport, hospitality, services, and handicrafts. Ecotourism and community-based tourism have emerged as sustainable development models that create authentic experiences for visitors while protecting the environment and preserving local cultural identity. Recognizing the huge potential of this industry, the Kenyan government has made great efforts to invest in infrastructure and promote the country's image internationally. As a result, the tourism industry has recovered quickly after the COVID-19 pandemic, with revenues reaching more than 450 billion Kenyan shillings by 2024. Not only has international tourism increased, but domestic tourism has also grown strongly, showing the growing interest of Kenyans in the country's natural beauty and culture. In particular, tourism has contributed positively to poverty reduction, creating jobs for millions of people, especially in rural areas near tourist attractions. From tour guides, hotel staff to artisans, many people have had a stable source of income thanks to this smokeless industry. Thus, tourism is not only the economic driving force of Kenya, but also a bridge bringing this country closer to the world in the trend of sustainable development and global integration. Kenya today is emerging as a new symbol of vitality and aspiration for change in Africa. No longer a country associated only with the image of wild savannas or traditional agricultural life, Kenya is gradually transforming and modernizing in all fields, moving closer to the digital economy and globalization. Education is the foundation of this journey. From urban to rural areas, the Kenyan government is expanding educational opportunities for all, especially the youth who aspire to reach out to the world. Digital skills training programs, enhanced English language teaching, and an entrepreneurial spirit are creating a dynamic, confident generation ready to take charge of the future. With its strategic position in East Africa, Kenya is not only an economic hub, but also a strong political and diplomatic fulcrum in the region. As an active member of the East African Community, EAC, the African Union, AU, and many international organizations, Kenya is playing a leading role in initiatives on peace, trade, and sustainable development. Kenya's voice is gaining more and more weight, showing that a country is confidently stepping onto the global stage. The journey to explore Jordan has taken us through the historical wonders, unique culture, and beautiful nature of this mysterious Middle Eastern land. From the ancient city of Petra, the majestic Wadi Rum desert to the warm hospitality of the Jordanians, every moment leaves an unforgettable mark. Jordan is not only a destination for history lovers, but also suitable for all types of tourism from resort to spiritual. If you love this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next exciting journeys of discovery. Leave a comment below to let me know which destination in Jordan impressed you the most or share your own experience. Thank you for watching and see you in the next videos.